Hi, I'm Mary Jo. I have been a nurse for 50 years. I have lost over 100 pounds as a postmenopausal woman and reversed all chronic disease in my life. And I am here to share with you just a few tips that assisted me on my health journey. Number one, I 100% believe that knowledge is power. Yes, as a nurse who loves pathophysiology as well as a nurse educator, I think knowledge is amazing. What helped me change from the standard American diet to a nutritionally sound diet of lots of fruit and vegetables? I think it was the knowledge imparted to me, in particular by two physicians. I highly recommend anybody who's interested in plant based eating to read any of Dr. Joel Fuhrman's books or Dr. Michael Greger's books. Also, they both have wonderful information in their websites with references. Dr. Fuhrman is drfuhrman.com, but Dr. Michael Greger is nutritionfacts.org. They will give you references to their point of view. You can click on it and read the article for yourself. And I have done that many times to see if the viewpoint of the author that I'm reading seems to match the conclusion of the study. If you are searching the web, be careful because you can find diametrically opposing viewpoints and wonder what is true, if anything. Listen, if you're looking at a research study, to validate with confidence its results, it should be an extended period of time. Like 2 years is not really enough. 10, 20, 30 years, now we're getting someplace. You want the population, the number of people in this study, not to be just 10. You would prefer it to be 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. There are some studies that have 10,000 or more people in them and run for 30 years. Well, the conclusions of those studies are probably pretty evidence-based. Now, there's also a type of research called a meta-analysis. With a meta-analysis, one author brings together several different studies on the same topic and examines the validity of their outcomes. When you see the same outcome occurring time after time, once again, it becomes a truism. It becomes the evidence. It validates the claim. So having read a lot of research and knowing a lot about physiology, it all made so much sense to me how growth hormones, how food that we eat, all interacts to replicate cells in a healthy way or an unhealthy way, in an inflamed body or a body filled with antioxidants and energy. So read the research, see what you think. Number two, ready, set, go. I said to my family, a lot of people will talk to me because they notice changes in me, and I respond as best I can. And sometimes they can say, well, that sounds like a great idea, but I could never do that. So I said to my family, why do people feel that way? And they said, Mom, now come on. You were so ready for a change, you would have eaten cardboard if it would have helped. Most people aren't there yet. And I thought, well, that was probably very sage advice on their part. A few thoughts based on self. First off, I have learned in this world that I can dance on my head 30,000 different ways and I still can't please all of you people out there. Have you ever found that to be true in your world? Those crazy people, what are they thinking? Have you ever noticed that the only person you truly understand is yourself? Now, I think it's a system created that way for a purpose. What I find interesting in my world is that in a rather prolonged time, trying to figure out what I'm doing in this world, I have come to recognize and value self. Appreciation of self, self-care, has literally opened up my heart to loving so many other people despite their diverse opinions They are wonderful, and perhaps I should listen to them once in a while. Sounds like a good idea, right? Another thing I found to be true is that, let's say I go out to lunch. There's a group of nurses I like to go out to lunch with, and I usually order a salad, take off everything I won't eat. I add some vegetables from home that I cut up, and usually I bring my own salad dressing. And sometimes people will say, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe how marvelous you made that really plain salad look." And I always love hearing that from people. Anyway, what's the bottom line here? I have never found anybody who really cares what I eat. So if I think different, if I do different, nobody really cares. And that's something that's really hard for young people to appreciate. Remember, this is all about you. You should be the focus. Your health is what's important. And we don't really care what the minions think about it. You need to take good care of you. Because after all, without you, the rest of us will be lost. Okay, now where do you go from here? Well, immerse yourself in plant-based recipes. Dr. Furman's website has over 1,900 recipes that are extremely safe and full of health-filled ingredients. I just love that website. I think you can probably tell that. There are tons of plant-based cookbooks out there. My goodness, you can type into Google vegan cream cheese and you will get several recipes. One is like raw cashews in boiling water. And then you drain the cashews now that they're soft and you put it in a food processor. You add, I think all you add, and I could be wrong about this, is vinegar and something else. Gosh, I can't believe I'd forgotten that. Frequently, you can add nutritional yeast to give it a little bit more cheesy taste. Vinegar, perhaps it was lemon. Anyway, I obviously cannot remember the recipe, but I couldn't believe how good the dumplings thing tasted. It was really tasted like cream cheese. Now, the problem with some of the make-at-home recipes that are very safe for cream cheese is they don't have the same quality as cream cheese that you would use in like a dessert. But I've also found that you can use tofu and lemon juice to create a cream cheese-like texture and flavor in some different desserts you can make. So what I'm saying is, your family wants macaroni and cheese. Okay, I suggest you buy chickpea macaroni because it looks white, but it's made with chickpeas, not white flour, so it's way better for you. And you will be surprised at the wonderful cheesy recipes you can find in books and online. And one of them is actually more than one, is in drfurman.com. So you want some comfort food? You can still have your comfort food. Now, one other thought when I talk about recipes that really helped me out. I loved researching recipes and thinking about them and changing them, maybe diminishing the number of ingredients or the number of steps that it took to complete. But I am an ice cream fanatic, or at least I used to be. So I wanted to find an ice cream substitute. I don't know if this is the best way to approach this eating style, but it's the way I did. And what I found was I could take my little Ninja food processors, not very expensive, it's not very big. I put 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa into it, dark, sweet, frozen cherries, they have to be frozen, and a little non-dairy, unsweetened milk product. Be careful how much milk product you put in there. Put in too much, you have a smoothie. Oh well, it still tastes good. But put in a little bit at a time, smash it down, and you come up with what I call ambrosia. I mean, this is my go-to evening dessert. You can do something similar with frozen bananas. Now, go to your grocery store. You see all those old bananas out there that hardly cost anything? Grab them, bring them home, unpeel them, slice them up, put them in appropriate receptacles in your freezer, freeze them for 12 to 24 hours. Then you do the same thing. You put the frozen bananas in whatever food processor you want to use, whatever flavoring and whatever unsweetened non-dairy milk you want to use. And I mean, mix and match. Add more than one type of fruit if you want to. Add some nuts. Add some avocados. Just have fun with it. Put in maca powder. Put in cocoa powder. Put in, I made a banana nice cream with, I probably got this from Dr. Furman. Anyway, with vanilla and almond flavoring and pecans. And I tell myself it's butter pecan, and my brain believes me. I love it. So anyway, have fun with recipes and find a few substitutes. Here is a type of drink many people enjoy. It's just carbonated water, no sugar, salt, or anything. And you add a little vinegar, pomegranate balsamic vinegar. I like to add sometimes cherry vinegar to it. There's so many different flavors of vinegars out there. And it just makes a really nice, delicate treat that some people think tastes like sipping on wine, that I sometimes will enjoy in the evenings. So there you go. Knowledge is power. Get ready, set, go, and be good to yourself and easy on yourself. And immerse yourself in recipes. Look for substitutions of foods you really, really enjoy that are healthy and have positive consequences on you. So I hope you found this enlightening and enjoyed some of my crazy antics and thinking. So I want to say, I guess that's all for now. And good. I keep trying to find this hand. Sorry about that. Goodbye from Nurse Mary Jo. Until next time. Have a wonderful day.